How you doing, guys? It's your boy Nando, and this is the Pound for Pound Boxing Show in association of Seconds Out Coffee and Warren Boxing Management. Today, I've got a very special guest. Bantamweight boxer Paul Butler is going to join us today. Right now. How you doing, champ?
Hey, mate. Yeah, I'm good. You?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. Just want to say thank you for taking your time to speak to us today. It's a pleasure to speak to you.
No, pleasure to be on. Thanks for having me. All good, yeah. All good. I've just been watching a bit of the DAZN card and just chilling out. Not long finished. Well, I didn't play, but I've been to football.
Brilliant. First of all, congratulations this week that Pro Bellum announced that they won the purse bids, that you are going to fight John Riel Casimero for the WBO Bantamweight title. Just sum up the feeling when you first heard that.
Yeah, I was buzzing, because it's been a long time that I've been on the road. I've been boxing, and obviously since the Rodriguez loss, it's been a long road back. So I'm buzzing that I've worked hard to get back to number one and mandatory challenger, and it's been pushed through, and we're here now, and we're ready to go.
Is there any word or any idea of when this fight could take place and a venue as well? Could it be in the States? Could it be in the UK?
I think they put a tweet out the other day saying it's going to be the 11th of December, either Liverpool or Dubai. So either or. I'm happy with either because Dubai, I've never boxed out this country as a professional. But I'd love it in Liverpool as well, just because get him over into the Lions Den. Do you know what I mean? I know he travels well, but it'd be nice to get the atmosphere and the crowd and at the Echo.
What would it mean to you to win, not just win a world title, but to win it in Liverpool as well?
Yeah, it'd be unbelievable. Obviously, I didn't get that chance when I boxed Stuart Hall. We went to his backyard in Newcastle and boxed him there. But now, I obviously had the chance against Tete and I fell short that night. So it'd be nice to play the crowd back and get one back at the Echo.
Yeah, I think the whole city will be buzzing. We saw when Tony Bellew did it, and hopefully you get that opportunity as well.
Yeah, I was there that night when Tony boxed at Goodison Park. I'm a Liverpool fan myself, but I went to Goodison Park and cheered Tony on, and I was buzzing for him that night. That was electric. So I hope it's a little bit like that. Yeah.
Would you one day love to fight at Anfield as well? Bring a boxing event there.
Yeah, I'd love that. I'm not sure whether it'll happen now. Hopefully, Callum Smith can get a big fight, or any of the Liverpool lads. Really, there's a few of them. Obviously, you've got Beefy and Fowler tonight. Hopefully, Beefy can get a win, and hopefully he can push on for another world title. And if that was to go to Anfield, it'd be something special.
It would be. It would be unbelievable. I think the whole city will be buzzing. Whoever fights at Anfield, then have a few of their own on the undercard as well.
Yeah, that's it. Do you know what? Even if it was Darren Till or someone, I'd still go and watch Darren Till in the UFC because it's a fight city. Liverpool. I'm from Ellesmere Port myself, but obviously I follow all the Liverpool lads, and I've trained with a lot of them myself, and it'd be amazing if we could get a boxing event on at Anfield.
Yeah, 100%. Hopefully, the venue will be announced soon, and fingers crossed. Obviously, behind the buy, but I think fighting in Liverpool would just be another thing.
Yeah, especially around Christmas, everyone going out for like Christmas nights out, and it's just a perfect night out. Do you know what I mean?
100%. Let's watch your last fight. Split decision win over Garcia for the vacant WBO international title. Just give us your analysis of your performance tonight, how you did.
Yeah, considering he came in at late notice, we knew he was going to be ready. We knew the Mexicans are always ready, aren't they? They always come. Well, at that time, there was quite a few coming over and upsetting the Brits. So I had in the back of my mind that this ain't going to happen. This isn't happening to me. And obviously, I'd seen the wins he was coming off. He'd had a loss to the number one Mexican. He'd had a draw with Ancas, I think it is, at super flyweight for the IBF world title. So I knew he was mixing in good company, and I knew he was no slouch. I knew he weren't your average Do you know what I mean? Like he weren't the average like backup fighter. He weren't just stepping in at short notice just to make the numbers up. I knew he was going to be a tough kid. But the game plan completely changed from Agbeko, who'd have been slow, moving around, trying to set little traps, to having this Tasmanian devil in front of me that didn't stop throwing shots. So it changed pretty quickly for me. So all the sparring that I'd done had gone out the window. We had to come up with a game plan within the week. And to be honest with you, I thought I boxed well. I thought the split decision was a bit unfair. I came home, I watched it the next day, and I tried to be as generous as I could towards Garcia. And I give him 3 rounds, maybe 4 at a push, and I've got a knockdown in there in the first round. I think it's very harsh to give him the bout against me, especially the way I boxed early on. Late on, I got dragged into his type of fight, but I got dragged into his type of fight because I wanted to get into his type of fight. I thought I had it in the bag. Well, clearly I never on one judge's card, but I thought it was safe. I thought it was in the bag, especially with the knockdown.
I'll be honest with you. When I watched that fight, even the pundits as well afterwards, we were all surprised with the split decision. It's recently, there's always that one judge. There's always that one judge in every big fight, and you know, we knew you won, but I, if I'm going to be honest, I think the split decision was a bit harsh as well. I think you should have got the majority decision there.
Yeah, no, I thought I got it unanimous. To be honest, I thought they all should have given it me. I think he's given like 7 rounds with my knockdown, and I tried to give him as much as I could when I watched it back, and I just thought there's no way he wins more than 3 rounds, 4 rounds at a max push.
Yeah,
totally. It's one of them things, isn't it? It's one of them things. At the time, a lot of judges were getting slated for the hometown decisions, and now and again, as you say, there's always one judge that favours another fighter. So it happened. At least I got the decision, the right decision in the end, and we moved on.
Of course. Did you think that it would happen, even though it was a mandatory, and you knew eventually it was going to happen? Did you know deep down that after that win, next was going to be Casimero? If obviously if he had beaten Rigondeaux, of course.
No, to be honest with you, because there was all talk of the Donaire fight. There was loads of rumours around the Donaire fight, and then obviously Donaire's quite vocal on Twitter with him not doing his VADA drug testing. So he pretty much put himself out of the fight, not doing the VADA drug testing with Donaire. So I had an inkling then that this could potentially go next, and then obviously speaking to my advisors, MTK, my manager Joe, within the last couple of weeks, it's been pushed through pretty quick. So I made up with that.
When the Casimero Rigondeaux fight happened, did you favour one after the other? Was there one that you really wanted, or you didn't care as long as that was the next fight?
Stylistically, I'd go with Casimero. Rigondeaux, southpaw, slick moves. I know he's getting on, but the skills are unbelievable. Yeah. And going into the Casimero fight, I tipped him to win. I thought he'd win. But I haven't watched it. But obviously, speaking to Joe and that, Joe said don't watch it. He said it was that bad. It's not even worth watching. It sounds like he moved too much and he got a bit. He might have respected his power a bit too much, maybe. But I haven't seen it to comment on it too much.
Let's talk about Casimero. He's the same age as you, but I'm a veteran because he's just been in there with so many big names. 31 wins, 21 KOs, 4 losses. What dangers does he bring? We know he's a hard hitter, but what else does he bring that's you have to be aware of that night?
Yeah, he's smart. He's not a freeweight world champion for nothing. He's been around the game a long time. He's been in with some of the best kids out there in the world. So obviously he carries that power which everyone talks about. But he's clever with it. He sets it up, as you've seen with the Tete fight. He sets it up, he waits, and he's patient. He doesn't just rush in there and try and smother Tete. He waits and he lands, and he's a good finisher as well. So he's pretty much all round sound. Obviously with crazy power, what they bang on about, they all bang on about. He punches like a middleweight, but I'm sure I'm going to find out, aren't I?
Well, we look at your, you can hit as well. So my next question is, in your opinion, is this fight going the distance?
If it goes the distance, it goes the distance. I'll be prepared for it. But listen, if he thinks he's coming here, and I know he's beat Charlie Edwards, he's beat Tete. They're the 2 times he's been over to the UK. If he thinks he's coming over, or even if it's in Dubai, because I'm a Brit, he might think he's in for an easy night's work. Believe me, I'm coming, and I'm coming with everything. If he's not prepared, he's going to deep waters, and I promise you, he'll know he's in a fight.
My next question is, obviously you have fought for a world title before. What's different between Paul Butler and this one here that's going to be fighting for a second world title?
Obviously the first one with Stuart Hall, I was a baby. That probably all came a little bit too soon in my career. The second time when I boxed Stuart Hall, I was on it. I was switched on. You seen a better Paul Butler that night, undoubtedly. Rodriguez, you can't read nothing into it. Tete, you can't really read nothing into Tete. That was just a proper frustrating night. That I didn't really have a game plan going into it. I knew he was a southpaw. The only tape I had of him was from 4 years previous against Methane, when Methane stopped him. And then Rodriguez, you can't really read nothing into Rodriguez, because the only thing that turned up against Rodriguez was me with a bit of heart and showing some bollocks, because I got 4 weeks notice for Rodriguez. If you're getting 4 weeks notice for Rodriguez, then like, obviously I had the carrot dangling over me head of, you've got the World Boxing Super Series if you win it. I had to take off like over a stone and a half, and that's why I failed weight. So I got in there dehydrated. If you look at a picture or watch the video from my last fight, getting on the scales, to the Rodriguez fight, I'm like that on the Rodriguez fight,
yeah,
and I'm a lot more filled out when I boxed Garcia. So this time there'll be no stone left unturned. You'll get me at 100%. You'll certainly get me at my best that you'll ever see me. Every camp I've felt better in training, and I honestly think I'm improving all the time. We've now got Charlie Edwards in the gym, so I've got some top class sparring. Maybe I probably won't spar him for Casimero because different styles, but I'm constantly improving in the gym. I constantly feel like I'm getting better. And always improving. So that's all I can ask for. If I keep improving, keep working hard, then I'm in with a chance.
This next question isn't a disrespect to your last coach, but now you're with Joe Gallagher. What have you learned more on the Joe? What's it like working on the Joe? Because he is one of the best coaches in the game.
Everything. Just everything. Literally everything. Like I said, like I touched on there, didn't have a game plan for Tete. There wasn't one game plan like where, look, he'll fall short with that jab, or he'll come sloppy there, he'll come square on, he'll do this, then he'll do that. Never had none of that. I walk in the gym with Joe, and like I'll walk in the gym for this camp, and he'll have Casimero on the laptop, and while I'm putting my bandages on, it'll be Paul, watch as he does this, as he does that. For instance, I boxed Stuart all the second time. I walked in the gym every single day, he was on the laptop. Paul, every time you land a shot on him here now, he'll come once and twice, and he'll always push his feet in twice, catch him with the backhand. And if you watch the fight, the rematch over, every time he rushes in, boom, the backhand goes over the top and I land it. Just it's different gravy, mate. Honest to God, with Joe, it's everything's structured, everything's wrote down, everything's to a T, and like I wish I was with him from the start, because I think I'd be a completely different fighter than what I am now.
Brilliant. My next question is: whatever happens in your next fight, one of these two could be a future opponent for you, and I want just your opinion on this big fight that's going to happen. Lee McGregor versus Farooq, European and British title on the line. It's the rematch. Who wins and why?
Ooh, I didn't see the first one, but I heard everyone, well, I say everyone, most people were saying Cash won. Lee's improved massively since then. To be fair, I think the only downfall maybe with Lee is he may be outgrowing the weight, but he has improved. So if he can make the weight right, he seems like he's carrying a lot of power at bantamweight. If he can carry the power, but Cash is really good. But see, with Cash, I think Cash gets it quite a lot. I know he's quite slick in front of you. He's a come forward slip fighter. He's right in front of you. He'll slip, boom, and he'll come through the middle. He's very good, but I think if you stand in front of Lee for too long, I think the way Cash marks up, I think maybe Lee might get to him if he does the weight right. That is, but if he does the weight wrong, I think Cash might walk him down and start taking the later rounds. But I think it's all on how Lee does the weight. I think if Lee's good and healthy at the weight, I fancy Lee to maybe mark Cash up a little bit too much.
It's not my way of getting you to call anyone out, but what's your thought on a potential, let's say he gets his own world title, you get yours, and you both unify, you against Lee McGregor in the future?
It's a no-brainer, isn't it? We're both with the same company with MTK. It's a no-brainer, mate. It's easy. It's easily made. It's a big money fight. England versus Scotland. What is there not to want about that? Like, I wish Lee well. I hope he does go on and win a world title. He's highly ranked with the IBF. I'm highly ranked with the IBF and the WBO. So, listen, I wish him all the best. I hope he does go and win a world title, and I hope I hold one at the same time, and maybe we can get it on.
Brilliant. You mentioned MTK Global. I need to mention another fighter with MTK who last year was a little vocal against yourself. He's someone that Lee McGregor literally got him out of there in the first 2 months. He just became 3-time European champion at featherweight now, but he's willing to go back to the bantamweight. He said last year, I don't know where this started from, but he said last year that you are a scam of boxing. Where did this come from between you and Guerfi? And could you ever see yourself, you two getting it on in the future with or without a world title, regardless?
To be honest with you, I don't know where it started. I think he's just like got on his high horse on Instagram and he's give it the biggin. This was before the Lee fight when it kept getting cancelled, and he was like, if Lee can't make the fight, I want Paul Butler. Trying to call me out like with 2 weeks notice. I want Paul, and I'm like, so I don't normally bite me. I just put in the end. I just put right, get on with your next fight. Try and get the W, which I doubt you will. And obviously, as Lee shown, Lee smashed into bits. But come on, I don't even rate him. I think he's all over the place. Every time he's stepped up in class, he's been wiped out, and Lee absolutely broke him in half. And listen, good luck to him. Three times European champion now up at featherweight. I think with him calling me out, I think he's obviously after a bit of paper. He wants a big fight. He done it with, who did he do it with? Farooq. He stopped Farooq in Liverpool quite a few years back. I never heard nothing of him until the McGregor fight. And then he started shouting at me for no reason. But nah, good luck to him. Stay in your lane and stay away from the bigger boys, because you get found out.
Obviously, you mentioned at the beginning of the this interview, you're watching The Zone. Another show tonight, BT Sport. Callum Johnson is there as well.
Yeah.
Where do you see Callum going in the light heavyweight division? Because domestically and worldwide, it is one of the best divisions out there as well. Especially domestically, you got the likes of Arthur, Yard, Buatsi. You know, you got so many people there. And now you got Callum Smith, which is interesting that he's gone up. My question to you is not to start any trouble. I've always been curious about this. Now that Callum Smith is not with Joe anymore, could you ever see these two ever getting it on the heavyweight division?
No, nah. I think them two are the two good friends. So I don't think that'd work, to be honest with you. Like I say, they trained with each other for years and years and years under Joe. So I really can't see that happening. But wow, what a division! Yeah, I think they can both go on and win world titles, and I hope they both do. Callum's win, was it last week before last? Wow, devastating. It just shows he is a serious light heavyweight contender. And I think it won't be too long before he wins a world title. We've all seen what Callum Johnson can do when he boxed Beterbiev. I think he's the only person to put him down. He just didn't put his foot on the gas that night. And I think he's learned massively from that. But everyone knows how exciting Callum is. Callum Johnson. His last fight, he got rocked. Goes out the next round, meets fire with fire again, and stops the kid. So, both of them, I wish them both the best in the light heavyweight division, but I can't see them both boxing each other.
A little bit disappointed, obviously, tonight. Natasha Jonas couldn't get the fight. There's been a little bit of animosity between Joe and Eddie. Eddie came out yesterday in an interview and said that apparently they offered Natasha the rematch with Katie Taylor, got turned down, and it's just been back and forth. Is it obviously it's not good when a promoter and a fighter's coach go back and forth like this, but where do you see Natasha going now? Can you see her getting this rematch with Katie Taylor, or can you see eventually her getting the Terry Harper rematch?
I think the Terry Harper rematch is well sailed. I don't think they want anything to do with Tash. I think they got away with a lucky draw last time. But the Katie Taylor rematch, I'm not sure what was in the contract, because I seen a few tweets last night about the contract and stuff. Eddie trying to blame Joe for Natasha not boxing on this bill tonight. Tasha's came out publicly and said on Twitter that it weren't Joe's fault. Then Tom Stalker's tweeting Eddie. Eddie's trying to make out that they put a 10-1 or a 10-2 girl in front of Tasha, and actually Tom's tweeted him back saying it was a 10-5, and this is meant to be a comeback fight. So I really don't know what's going on there. Like I say, I don't really know what was in the Katie Taylor contract. I know there was a rematch clause, but I knew there was a comeback fight in between as well. But listen, it's nothing to do with me, but I keep a close eye on Twitter.
Yeah, we all do. I personally, with Natasha, I would love to see her fight the winner of Michaela Mayo and Hamadouche. I would love to see that fight, because seeing as the Terry Harper fight is sailed, I think that's the only way for her to get the Terry Harper fight. Terry Harper wants to unify, become undisputed, go take the belts off Mayo or Hamadouche, and then it's crazy how boxing sometimes boxing goes around. So it could happen. You saw with Shannon Courtney now. You saw what happened, and maybe it might be her versus Bridges at the end for the vacant title again, because she didn't want to fight her. So it goes around sometimes.
It does. It turns a full circle. It's a funny old game in boxing sometimes. But no, I think Tash should. Sorry, the dogs are kicking off. It's mad the way boxing goes. I think Tash does deserve a world title. I think she's been in two tough fights. What? No one really give her any credit. No one give her a hope in any of them fights, because she'd lost. I think when she boxed Harper, no one really gave her a chance. And I had her winning by 2 rounds. Quite a few people had a win. Well, certainly no one had a losing anyway. And then I think Katie, everyone wrote her off again. And I was a main sparring partner for that. Everyone that had listened, I'd say, listen, Tasha wins the fight. I think she only lost it in the last round. I had it level going into the last. I thought she started the last well, and I think Katie probably finished the last 40 seconds in the championship rounds a little bit stronger. I thought she won 9, and I thought she won 10, only just winning 10 though, because I thought Katie just finished probably the last 40, 45 seconds strong, which sticks in the judges' minds. I train the amateurs, and I always say finish the round strong. It sticks in the judges' minds when they're marking them scorecards.
Hopefully she gets another opportunity, because she's one of the most deserving fighters in the women's division that deserves to be a world champion. And I personally believe it will be a tragedy if she ends her career without a world title.
No, I agree.
One more thing. Obviously, you're backing Liam Smith tonight. How do you see this fight going? Because it's just an unbelievable fight happening tonight.
Yeah, I think the way Liam analyses it himself, I think is exactly how the fight will go. I think Fowler will come out. He'll try and stick with the jab, and he'll try and get the long levers going, the long 1-2s. He'll try and keep Liam at bay for as long as he can. But I think Liam's head movement, I think his feet are really good. Well, you don't think he's in range, but he actually is. And he'll start chipping away. And I think he'll start getting his range about 3-4 rounds. I think once he starts getting him into his type of fight, Fowler's feet is slowed down. I think around about 9, 10, maybe 11. I think that's when Beefy will start chipping away. He'd have started chipping away at the body earlier on, but I think that's where they get to him. He'll slow him down, and I think he'll stop him maybe.
It'll be an amazing fight. And
Great fight. Because Fowler's a top kid himself. Obviously, he's an Olympian. He's won titles as a professional. But I just think the way Fitzgerald, I know he's improved a little bit under Shane, but I think the way Fitzgerald started getting himself into the fight, and I think Liam's a level above that myself.
Yeah, can't wait. And what a night of boxing. Just a quick prediction: Fury Wilder, repeat.
Repeat. I just think he's too big. I don't think Wilder. I think he's too stubborn to try and improve. I know all this Malik Scott's come in, but I just think he's too stubborn. I think he, like Tyson says, he'll revert back to type after he gets punched in the nose a few times. He'll revert back to type, start loading up with the backhand, looking for it, and I think Tyson will walk through him and he'll stop him again.
Hopefully, he'll bring the belt back to Britain.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, Paul, do you have a message for the fans that have travelled in the past for your fights, have tuned in, will travel? Well, don't have to travel far if it's in Liverpool, but if it's in Dubai, they will travel to Dubai as well. Do you have a message for them?
No, everyone that's ever come and paid to watch me fight, and I know they have to work hard, and it's not just the ticket money that they're paying for, it's the night out afterwards, it's the clothes to buy to go the shows. I appreciate everything they do, and if it weren't for the fans, my fans, I wouldn't be where I am today, so I am very thankful to every one of them.
Brilliant. And Paul, one more question. You'll be fighting John Riel Casimero for the WBO Bantamweight world title. Could be December 11th. What can we expect that night?
Fireworks, mate. You expect the barnstorm, and it'll be a cracking fight. I ain't shy of fighting no one, so I've never backed down from no one. So expect a good one.
And do you have a final message for John Riel?
No, just be ready. That's it.
Brilliant, Paul. It was amazing to speak to you. It was an honour to actually speak to you. I've been a big fan of you for a long time. I wish you the best of luck on December 11th. If it's in Liverpool, 100% we're going to be travelling up there, and we'll be partying out after.
Defo. Cheers, mate. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Take care.
Mate. Bye, mate.